Hey now, say now, it's your boy Cleezy B of the Past Journey and the Present Progression Podcast. How did I come up with the name of my podcast? Well, I just applied it to my life pretty much, I thought about it. I was like, man, what would be a good title? I thought about my life. My past was a journey. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in the present, trying to make some progression. There you have it. The Past Journey, the Present Progression Podcast. What does my podcast represent to me? It represents everything, It represents me, really, because the purpose of the podcast is really to just inspire and motivate and actually show you how you can get to your dreams and, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, like, in that way. And so I just wanted to inspire people, man, and show you actually just how to get there, What does it take to create a podcast? It takes determination. You gotta have an idea, You gotta have the need to want to service the world in some way, you know what I mean? Because you're actually gonna be listened to or possibly seen by the world, you know what I mean? So I feel like you should have at least a message that you're trying to convey to the world, It would make it that much more fun for you, And you just gotta have the determination, idea, and the will to want to service the world with a purpose or a vision, man. How long did it take me to get my podcast started? It didn't take me long at all. I had to sit down and do some research on like what type of equipment I would have to use and what platforms what I would want to post it on and those type of things. And once I got all the logistics in order, it didn't take me long at all. Maybe 6 months tops, 6 months tops. Do I feel like I'm receiving the support I should for creating a podcast? Well, I'm just now getting started, you know what I mean? So I feel like I have all the support I need from like my surrounding, you know what I mean? That's all the support I need right now. So I'm going to just say that for right now, the support from the world, general public, that has yet to be seen. So we're going to do another part 2 to the interview. I'll catch you up on it then. What is one of my biggest fears about creating this podcast? Man, I really don't. A fear that I do have a fear that my message won't be heard, and the message is to inspire, motivate, and show people how to get your career started without having to have a handout for anybody. I just want to motivate the entrepreneurs, man. It's an entrepreneur thing, man. Especially those young black guys, black and brown, man. We got to take financial freedom into our own hand in some way. So we just got to start from somewhere. And I want my platform to be somewhere you can come and get that the head start to doing that. You know what I mean? What was the biggest resources I had to help me along the way? Only resources you really need is like your financial support. If you're doing it yourself, and just your knowledge of how to research and find resources. You don't really need that many resources to start a podcast, though. What advice would I give somebody starting a podcast? I would say, before you do it, make sure it's something you want to do. Make sure you have a nice concrete idea. Make sure you know exactly who you want to target as an audience. And make sure you know exactly how you want to get your product or your service to the people. Then after that, plan and execution. That's what advice I would give you. That's the steps that, I can recall that I took in my head. Do I have a certain audience I'm trying to target? Yeah, I want to target all the up and coming entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs just in general. I want to target them, like I said before, especially my black and brown, because I know, we're kind of like a lot less unfortunate, So I just want to target entrepreneurs, man. Anybody who want to be an entrepreneur, believe in taking their financial freedom into their own hand, at least trying to. You know what I'm saying? That's who I want to target. It ain't no specific age group. You know what I mean? I just want to target like-minded entrepreneurs, man, who believe that there is no ceiling, man. Ain't no ceiling. What other plans do I have for my podcast? Well, I got plans. This is just the beginning. Like I said, podcast, I just want to start there. You know, you guys will be having merch coming soon. You guys will be having other content that will be coming soon. But right now, first things first, we're going to stay stuck on this podcast so we can, get these entrepreneur spirits built. Have them want to come to the podcast and share their experiences of what it took them to get to where they got to, a little bit of their backstory. We just want to inspire the entrepreneurs, man. Take your dream, your journey into your own hand, man. Just because your life it is what it is today, don't mean that's what it's supposed to be. You can make it what you want to make it. Do I believe that there is competition in the podcast industry? Yes, it is. You just gotta know, like I said, you just gotta know what you're willing to provide as a service. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's nobody in my lane right now, And as far as what I'm doing and what my platform is doing, I just wanna, I want to, like I said, I know some other platforms, right? They tell you what you can do. You know what I'm saying? They show you the end results and things of that nature. But I don't hear none of them telling you how to do it. You know what I mean? And that's what my platform come in at. We're not only gonna tell you what you can do, and show you the results or whatever. We're gonna actually give you steps to do it. You know what I mean? That's where my podcast differentiate from other podcasts. If somebody was to steal my podcast idea, how would I handle it? Man, hey, the legal way, man. Gotta handle it the legal way, man. Where do I see the podcast in 5 years? Man, I see this podcast possibly being a damn on somebody's TV station, TV network. Revolt or somebody. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Because I think the purpose I'm here to serve, the platform is here to serve. I think once the ball get rolling and everybody become aware of the platform, I think, man, the possibilities are unlimited, bro. Because the message behind it is to inspire entrepreneurs and actually give them steps on how to do it. I'm actually trying to give you a head start, a cheat code, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like when my guests come through, my guests are gonna give you steps on how they did what they did to become what they become. They're not just gonna tell you what they became. You know what I mean? So I see this podcast, I see it being on some TV network, man. If my podcast was to be picked up by somebody major and it was $100,000 on the table, what would I do next? $100,000 ain't gonna move me, really. Like, we gotta talk about some ownership. You know what I mean? For my content, we talking about royalties and shit like that. We ain't settling for the upfront like that, man. We all about We all about our kids and stuff being taken care of, man. That 100,000 would be gone, brother. You know? Nah, man. We gotta talk about something else, man. You're watching Cleasy B of Cleasy B TV from the Past Journey, the Present Progression Podcast.